Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We're going to call on Archangel Michael to clear, cleanse this space of all negative and lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home and hearts, placing the white light of protection on us with this blue seal. And we are going to call on Serapis Bay because we're going to be reading out of my Ascension, the story of the soul's acceleration on the path to initiation. And we're still finishing up chapter 3, the triangle within the circle. And we're going to call on Serapis to help and assist with us. So it says, dominant emotions are controlled by love, by the power of love in action. Because the wisdom of men is foolish with God, they perceive not in the psychology of the world, but in the balance of the energies of the heart, do men bank the fires of the ascension against the day of their victory. The furnace of being, heated white hot, must need manifest, and the colors of the sacred fire and the coil from the serpent's nest rise upright, being uplifted by faith, hope, and accomplishment, faith, hope, and charity, until the Christ man is enthroned in all. This is scientific victory of the spirit. And this is the threefold flame, what they're talking about, just so you understand. So the power is the blue, the wisdom is the yellow, and the pink is the love. It represents the Holy Spirit within each physical body, and it was 1:04 on the clock when I said that. The blue represents divine power, the will of God, faith. Yellow representing divine wisdom, mental clarity, illumination. And the pink represents divine compassion, the Holy Spirit. And again, that's within us all, able to activate through Christ consciousness. I am becoming one with your higher self, God, all that is. Says, not with precedent this universe created, no idle experiment was left behind the program, but the ageless wisdom of the infinite creator, whose purpose are dimly perceived by men of lesser vision. Emotions controlled by love and balance with wisdom create a sharp edge of power which life cannot resist. Progress stems from attunement with all these triune aspects of God in perfect balance. Blessed ones, if your tendency is to excessive study and the feeling of egotistic wisdom gleaned from the world's storehouse of knowledge, remember that with thy getting, unless thou hast wisdom, thy knowledge is but a tinkling bell or a clanging cymbal. And if the love which thou art manifesting is a love and expectation of return as the dowry from the beloved, thou art not cognizant of the will of the great giver, whose every desire is to give the allness of himself unto the beloved. If thy power is as flood or raging fire, which covers the mountains and the plains, or consumes that which seeks to benefit, thou must then master holy wisdom and holy love, that thy power may be within the reins of trinity of balance. Classification is not so complicated as men imagine. The opinions of the mental body concerning the self, the overly protective aspects of the emotional body, which often expends itself in beating the air of Don Quixote and his windmills. The strenuous appeasement of human physicality and the satiation of every human desire, that thirst is placed above the spirit. The flagellation of the self, of the memory body, as self-condemnation mounts over a trifle. All take their toll of human happiness while defeating the divine purpose. Men must summon the energies from the heart of God that teach them, by communion and friendship with the Divine One, how govern the three and fourfold aspects of being until the seven bodies of the man manifest. The sevenfold plan of perfection according to the law, the square and the triangle. Then the cosmic circle of life remains unbroken, and the triangle within the circle becomes the symbol of personal victory. The circle can be placed within the square, and the form then becomes comprehensible as the schoolroom of the spirit and the place of consecration, and the omniscience, omnipresence of God become a reliable fort for the ascending soul. Your consciousness is a priceless tapestry. Each day you weave upon a motif of the spirit, which is forever, or jagged pattern which must be meticulously disengaged and woven as a heaven intends. We are staunch, and we are remain the friend of all who earnestly, honestly seek to serve our cause and to find their freedom in allegiance to the universal law, which is the universal love. In the sense of commensurate, I remain Serapis. Again, guys, God is only of love. So that's why God doesn't really take any sort of victim consciousness lightly. The heavens don't really believe that there is anyone on this planet that is a victim. And I know that's difficult, right? But at the same time, I understand it, because we either gave it out in a previous lifetime or we're giving it out now. And that could be through our energy. That could be through our thoughts. That could be through just how we vibrate and how we judge other people. So try and keep it light, keep it only of love. And if you recognize that you're falling into that pattern that is not of love, surrender that to God, ask for their help, ask for Archangel Michael to cut those cords, ask them to guide you on where you need to go and how you need to get there, because everything is a teachable moment. There are lessons in every problem that we have. We just have to learn how to learn and grow from them. And 757 on the timer as I said that. So I love you all. Have a stay. Namaste.